Moving on, like I ask you, there's this debate like the 35 million that went into the First Lady's account. And many people are saying, why is your National Assembly quiet about it?
National Assembly does not work on speculation.
But this was,
we don't forget that we are lawmakers.
you know,
I don't know anything about it. I hear people say in the media, this is that. That you want the National Assembly to work on it?
But did you bother to find out?
Bother to find out what?
Did you bother to find out because you are
Well, I mean, we are still in the process of finding it out. We are still in the process of looking into it.
As somebody like you, when you hear something that involving the First Lady and that huge amount of money, are you not bothered to say, well, then you also do my findings and see if this is true or not, so that you would also not tell.
But that's essentially how the National Assembly operates. That's why we have committees which are playing oversight.
Sure.
So we have not come to any. You know, this is the problem in this country. You have a big problem here. People just speculate, and that becomes the reality.
But even the foundation said they are investigating. So if you are telling us that this is a speculation,
you who are in media, you are still saying that you are still researching into it. You who are in media,
yes.
Because I've heard your boss.
Yes, and because we spoke to the acting
director
saying that they are still investigating.
Unlike some people, National Assembly can never ever operate in that fashion. We look into things until we are able to have something palpable, and then we come out of it. Otherwise, we are insulting ourselves.
Now, if there is an opportunity for another coalition in future, will you change your position on such issues and accept a ministerial position? And that is if the future coalition, that's what we just discussed now. Or is the same thing like what you believe in, that then your place is National Assembly?
I'm not anticipating, and I don't want to speculate. What you are asking is very speculative, and I, for one, am not anticipating, and I'm not looking forward to any coalition.
You are not looking. Okay, now if
I'm not looking forward to any coalition.
If there is another coalition, will you join or will you not join? PDOIS.
That's speculatory.
No. I'm saying in future, will you or will you not?
Let's wait until the time comes.
You seem to be economical with words here.
No,
because we know
I don't want to say anything you go and exploit out of proportion.
No, that nothing will be blown out of proportion.
I am saying that you are speculating.
I'm asking
and there is not even a talk of.
Now let's talk about the 3 years and 5 years. This has been a debate. Do you want Barrow to go for 3 years or for 5 years?
It's not Sidia wanting Barrow to
What is your opinion on that?
I have no opinion, but let me you put your question properly.
Of course,
Barrow was elected through the medium of a coalition.
Yes.
Barrow, to stand as a candidate, had to resign legally from his party.
I understand.
To become an independent candidate as he is. And Barrow, belonging to such a group, such an organization, had a program. We had an agreement. We discussed how long would it take us to create a level ground field for political party, multi-party contest. We all agreed 3 years. It's not Barrow, because he was one of the contestants. There were 4, 5. So any one of them said, if I win, I will do only 2 years.
3 years.
No, he said.
Okay, he said, okay.
I'm telling you what.
Okay, I'm listening.
3 years is the agreement that we signed. But this person said, if I win the election, I will serve only 2 years. So the term signed is 3 years. But it is a gentleman's agreement. And we are not at all ignorant of the Constitution. You people, I think Gambian people should say that to anybody other than we. Because I would say, pound my chest, that we, as a political party, were the first in this country to make Constitution an issue in politics. So we know. And my colleague, during the impasse, was the one who stood in this country and said, the man's term has still not expired. But if it expires on the 19th and does not give up, he'll be a rebel. He said that. He was a lawyer, not anybody, but he was the one who said that. So we know what we are doing. And we also know that even though the Constitution says term for president is 5 years, it also provides president can resign anytime. Even if I'm elected tomorrow, I can resign. But it says, if you resign in 90 days, that should be an election. It is on the basis of all that we agreed that it was possible for somebody to serve for 3 years, resign, and then we will continue. So all this big talk about...
I understand, you have already enlightened, I understand, but just a simple answer will do. I'm asking you, do you want him to go for 3 years or for 5 years?
I am saying it is not me wanting him to go. I'm saying the coalition requirement is that he serve 3 years. You don't put words into my mouth.
I'm not putting words
I cannot. It's not me wanting.
But your agreement is
that's what I'm saying. That's what you don't want to hear.
Now, do you want Barrow to stick to the agreement or you want him to overstretch his tenure in office?
It is up to him as a gentleman to stick to the agreement. If he does, then he's a gentleman. If he does not, he's not obliged by law. But then he would have mitigated his integrity as a gentle person.
Let's talk about the recent, the wise results and the records of the failure in terms of subjects parties were reported, and as a former curriculum development expert, what do you attribute to the decimal performance, and why are standard?
I'm just from.
Okay.
I'm just from a forum.
What are those multiple factors?
Yeah, I'm just from a forum where this was the subject of discussion. I cannot sit here in...
I understand. Just to be... Just give us... I understand. I know you're busy, man. But just give us a gist.
No, I'm reminding you...
I understand. I understand, yeah. Because this is something as important as our country. So now tell us just...
You should have gone to that forum.
I was not aware of it. When it started all the time...
It was highly...
I wasn't aware of it.
Ask him. He was there.
I understand. He was the one who arranged this interview. But when you were there, when I called, he said we are having a program at the college. That was the time I heard about it. Now you tell me just 1 or 2 or 3. You don't need to deliver a lecture. Just tell me 1 or 2 or 3.
There are many. The system itself is wrong.
Okay.
Currently, I think that sums it up. We have a system which is sick. So it can only generate what is sick. That answers your question.
Now, what are your views on the need for African government to promote the teaching of local African language? Like recently, South Africa introduced Swahili in their curriculum.
South Africa is well, they have, may I inform you, they have 11 official languages. South Africa, constitutionally, they have 11 official languages. They have 11 South African languages which can be spoken in the National Assembly and where else. And that's why when you hear them sometimes, they are changing English to Zulu and Xhosa and all the rest of it. So they have 11 official languages. So it's not, this idea was first promoted by African writers in 1958 when they had their conference in Khartoum, Sudan. Yes. They promoted the idea that they should be, all their work should be translated into African languages, and eventually they should also write in the African languages. That means that they should go back to school again and learn how to read and write in their own languages. Only one out of this lot I know is respecting that. Is the Kenyan famous writer Ngugi wa Thiong'o. He has stopped writing in English. He's writing in Kikuyu. And if you read his works, even his novels, most of them, if you read them with care, this language issue is his passion, as it is my passion. I know him personally. We worked together in the 80s in London. But you see, as I was saying today during the forum, when the Tuareg came here, to confuse you, and to make you hate yourself and to accept that you are inferior. They have to make you believe that you don't have culture, you don't have language. Some of the racist linguists say you have bubbles, they don't call it language. So if you want to control people, you have to demean them. You have to make them accept the fact that their integrity is debased. So that's what they did to us. Now, that we are free and independent, since that instrument, language, was one of the instruments that were used to oppress us and dehumanize us. Because negating the culture of a person, negating the language of a person is dehumanizing that person. Since we are free from that situation, our first task is, and you talk about democracy, our first task is to be ourselves, to be one with our people. Those who so-called educated, a term I condemn. You call yourselves educated, and those who have not been to the Tubab school, you call them uneducated, it's a lie. There is no uneducated person on earth. There are illiterate people, but everybody is educated. It's not only the school that makes you educated. The world itself is a school in which everybody is learning. There are people who have not been to any of your schools who are more educated than some of those who are calling PhD. It is one thing to learn in university and have a certificate. It's another thing to acquire knowledge. So there are people who have acquired this knowledge without going to university or high school. One of the best writers in Senegal, who has passed away, and one of the best filmmakers in Africa, is Ousmane Sembène. He has never sat on a chair in this high school, let alone university. So, of course, if you want Africa to be free, if you want Africa to be with herself again, if you want African people to assume the responsibility of being human beings on earth, they must speak and promote their languages. The lie that is prevailing here, I always say it in the National Assembly, it's prevailing everywhere. You say I'm representing people in the Gambia. It's a lie.
Okay, what are they?
The lie is that I go there and speak English. They don't understand. Those who elected me don't understand a word of English. And I'm supposed to say exactly what they think is in their interest. How do they know? How do they measure the fact that I'm representing them? When I speak, they don't understand. And somebody on the radio and television, they just say whatever they want about what I have said. Is that representation? So this is one of the fallacies of democracy in our context here. There is no true democracy here. We are deceiving people, and the time is coming, increasingly coming fast, to stop this rubbish.
So you are part of that problem because you did not decide to speak in Parliament, like you talk about the Wangiko in Kenya. Are you also part of that problem? You are also deceiving your people?
No, wait. You okay? Let me answer your question.
Right.
You know, the first question I asked when I became an MP in 1997 was, why is it when we cannot speak our languages when the law provides that we should speak our language? Of we know the law, yeah, the Constitution provides that we can speak our language, but it says you must make it an act. It is the act that has not been made, so therefore they don't use it. One day I was speaking, I wanted to make a quotation in Mandinka, the speaker called me down.
What quotation was it?
No, I won't tell you that.
For the benefit of all viewers.
No?
So that we know.
I have forgotten it. You see, so it is not Sidia who did that. If I were alone, I would speak Mandinka. I would speak Fula.
But did you make since 1997?
But the law is saying, the law is saying, you know, this is what you want me to go into. You are wasting my time.
No, this is not a waste of time.
In the first place, the law. Well, you know what are the requirements of the law? For you to be a candidate, you must be tested and proven that you can read and write efficiently, fluently in English. But that same law says all citizens of this country are equal. But the same laws goes, but if you can't speak English, you cannot be an MP, you cannot be a councillor. You cannot be a president because you don't speak English. Isn't it a contradiction?
Of course it is. But
Is that not anti-democratic? It is.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So, but the law, as it is, unless it is changed, is that I knew before I went to Parliament that I would be obliged to speak. But I also mean to be one of the catalysts to bring a fundamental change in that. I cannot bring that only if I'm not in the National Assembly. Yeah, okay. It's possible tomorrow I bring a private member's bill to say that we use national languages in the Gambia, okay. And it will be proved, it will be approved, it will be enacted.
Okay, we are about to wrap up because I know you are busy. But what are your views on the Gambia's membership of the British Commonwealth and recently decision to join the Francophone as an observer
and promote their languages? The lie that is prevailing here, I always say it in the National Assembly, it's prevailing everywhere. You say I'm representing people in the Gambia. It's a lie.
Okay, what is it?
The lie is that I go there and speak English. They don't understand. Those who elected me don't understand a word of English. And I'm supposed to say exactly what they think is in their interest. How do they know? How do they measure the fact that I'm representing them? When I speak, they don't understand. And somebody on the radio and television, they just say whatever they want about what I have said. Is that representation? So this is one of the fallacies of democracy in our context here. There is no true democracy here. We are deceiving people, and the time is coming, increasingly coming fast, to stop this rubbish.
So you are part of that problem because you did not decide to speak in Parliament, like you talk about the Wangiko in Kenya. Are you also part of that problem? You are also deceiving your people?
No, wait. You okay? Let me answer your question.
Right.
You know, the first question I asked when I became an MP in 1997 was, why is it when we cannot speak our languages when the law provides that we should speak our language? Of we know the law, yeah, the Constitution provides that we can speak our language, but it says you must make it an act. It is the act that has not been made, so therefore they didn't use it. One day I was speaking, I wanted to make a quotation in Mandinka, the speaker called me down.
What quotation was it?
No, I won't tell you that.
For the benefit of all viewers.
No.
So that we know.
I have forgotten it. You see, so it is not Sidia who did that. If I were alone, I would speak Mandinka. I would speak Fula.
But did you make since 1997?
But the law is saying,
yeah.
The law is saying, you know, this one, you want me to go into, you are wasting
my time. No, this is a waste of time.
In the first place, the law, well, you know what are the requirements of the law? For you to be a candidate, you must be tested and proven that you can read and write efficiently, fluently in English. But that same law says all citizens of this country are equal. But the same laws goes, but if you can't speak English, you cannot be an MP, you cannot be a councillor, you cannot be a president because you don't speak English. Isn't it a contradiction?
Of course it is. But
is that not anti-democratic? It is.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So, but the law, as it is, unless it is changed, is that I knew before I went to Parliament that I would be obliged to speak. But I also mean to be one of the catalysts to bring a fundamental change in that. I cannot bring that only if I'm not in the National Assembly. Yeah, okay. It's possible tomorrow I bring a private member's bill to say that we use national languages in the Gambia, okay. And it will be proved, it will be approved, it will be enacted.
Okay, we are about to wrap up because I know you are busy. But what are your views on the Gambia's membership of the British Commonwealth and recently decision to join the Francophone as an observer?
You know, again, I'll answer your
question.
Of
course, you have to answer this question. What you know, others might know outside.
I will answer your question, but again, when this matter was debated in the National Assembly, where were you?
I was here.
You should have been there. You see, you should have had.
But I cannot be everywhere.
No, but you want to tell me Fatu has only you as a journalist? He is there. This man is there.
No, these are
I know many of them. Some of them are girls. I know. So you should go for things when they are wrong, and that's the time you can help shape. But this is dead. Okay, let me answer your question. Well, Commonwealth used to be, what it used to be, it is no longer that. it used to be totally dominated by Britain because it emerged as a result of the fact that they didn't want to lose their former colonies. It's like France, what France is doing now is aping Britain, la francophonie, c'est exactement la même chose, pas de différence. But now it is independent and people are assuming their independence within the framework of the Commonwealth. And people are not just there, as I said, as beggars, as if Britain has anything to offer anybody that we cannot offer them. I say, yes, this is an association. If you think you go there just to get, you might as well not go there. But you must also think first and foremost, what can I offer to my associates in this association? That is crucial. Yes, you take, but you must also give. Within that framework, in accordance with that idea, yes, to be a member of the Commonwealth is good because together we can do a lot of things. Together we can change the course of events in the world if we are honest with ourselves.
You served before and now also as a parliament. How are the difference in terms of how parliament functions? You served previously and you were out and you came in again. What are the differences now?
The differences are big. You know, the parliament I went to, I started it was a parliament that was under a dictatorship. Parliamentarians there were under control. The vast majority was APRC, and that vast majority was under control. So they were not themselves. They never expressed themselves as parliamentarians. But now, the big difference is that this one is very vibrant. People are, and it's increasingly becoming, people are increasingly becoming critical. People are increasingly, because they are becoming more and more aware, they are learning, we are learning. And we are moving towards what the consultant in the workshop that I was attending, they call transformative legislature. We are tending towards a transformative legislature. Now we are an emerging legislature. And our target is to become transformative.
Well, it was recently revealed that the POIs contributed the staggering amount of almost $3 million towards the coalition 2016 campaign.
Don't ask me the question. Halifa said the question.
I will ask
and he even threw a challenge. He threw a challenge. I'm not going to go.
So you don't want to answer my question?
No, I'm not answering because it has been answered.
But I want the answer from you.
No.
Why?
If Halifa says no to anybody, anything, maybe.
But Halifa and Sidia is Sidia.
Yeah, but yes. But you know, that's why that's another big difference between our party. We always discuss,
I remember there was a time Jammeh said, you are a pagan.
For me?
Jammeh once said that it was on
me?
Yes, on the, of course.
Never.
It wasn't a campaign and it was printed on the...
No, honestly speaking.
Are you, okay.
Yes, yeah, well, I have never had it.
You have never had it.
But I know whenever I meet with Jammeh, all the meetings I had with Jammeh, there was no such a thing.
Okay, that was such a thing. I know the journalist who wrote that article, it was on the Observer newspaper then. Okay, are you a religious person? Are you a devoted?
This has nothing to do with politics.
Yeah, this is from politics you are moving to religion.
No, it has to be off record.
I don't want to talk about your deity.
No, that's my personal business.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with you, no with him, no with him.
Fine.
Your God,
yeah.
Even though we may be worshipping the same God, may not be the same. Your perception of God and my perception are different. Even though you are a Muslim, you call yourself a Muslim, and maybe I am also a Muslim. So, but you see, what people make mistake about, religion is not an ordinary matter. You can't just sit down and say, religion, come on,
Yeah, I understand. It's not an ordinary matter.
It's you know, you believe that. I won't say these things because they are not going to be helpful to you.
Another issue finally has to do with the peoples given to the National Assembly members. Critics say. Of course, these are issues we have to discuss. So we cannot.
You know what the interesting is? Okay.
No, you are caught. You haven't.
Okay, ask the question. I know the question.
Okay.
Because it was asked a million times. You're asking why we have not accepted.
Yes, simple answer.
My role as an MP is to play the fundamental role of oversight and scrutiny. That is my role. I'm not in Parliament as a beggar. I'm not in Parliament to be giving charity. If you do that, you are bribing me. Then you are preventing me from playing. If I am not a conscious person, you are preventing me from playing my role as an oversight person. And then, of course, as an MP, you cannot just give me this. You say, Sidia Jatta, I'm interested to know where you have got it. Have you stolen it?
That's right.
I'll tell you a story. When we were arrested in 1997, I found myself. We are not taken to cell, but we were in their office. It was time to night. There were 2 new mattresses there. These very expensive mattresses. And then the policeman came and said, you can use this mattress. I said, where are these mattresses from?
Interesting.
He said, they were stolen. I said, so you want me to lie on your stolen property? Is that correct, policeman?
What was his response?
He said, well,
so you slept on the floor?
No, I won't tell you where I slept, but I didn't sleep on those mattresses. So these ones, I'm not saying they are stolen.
Yes.
But if you bring vehicles, I was told that each costs $1.5 million. $1.5 million. And somebody gave about 60 of that to somebody. And that somebody doesn't want to be mentioned. Me, as an MP, in your calculation, should I accept that vehicle from that person who is offering that to me and doesn't want me to talk about his name?
Now you want me to answer that question.
He doesn't want. No,
okay, I understand.
I'm using the Socratic method. You know, if you know Socrates, he will never answer your question that you ask him. You will ask him, and the question he asks you will produce the answer. So we didn't say we will not. I say, but where are these vehicles from? Did you buy them? Is the money from our coffers? Or were they given to you? If they were given to you, who gave them to you? Are you giving them to us free, or are you giving them to us on loan? Define, explain how these vehicles were gotten. Simple as that. And now, those who condemn us in those days now are asking the same questions now, even though they have their vehicles. They're asking the same questions now. So, we have indicated.
Finally.
There is no final question. You've asked me.
No, this is the final question now. What would you say to people who said, you've been used by Halifa Saleh, you are a disciple of Halifa Saleh?
Well, that is their opinion.
Are you?
No, you asked me what do I say. I said that is their opinion. The new dispensation we have, people should be free to say what they want to say, but they must say it with responsibility. And you must assume responsibility for what you are. You must be capable of substantiating what you say. That is somebody's view. And that is somebody's perception of Halifa and Sidia. I cannot change that. But if that is whatever that person thinks is his or her business. But Sidia is here, Halifa is there. Halifa, right now he's in Brussels. He's not with Sidia. In a few weeks' time, I'll be in Kigali. I'll not be with Halifa. And I'm talking to you now. I'm not with Halifa. I'm answering your question.
I understand.
Huh? And I was just from a forum. I was not with Halifa. So that is not bad. People must always say things about others, nice or not nice. But me, none of them bothers me. If you say a nice thing about me, sometimes when you say something, I'm afraid of you. Because I don't want anybody to say any flattery of whatever sort. I don't want to be contaminated in any way. I want to be pure in what I'm doing. And if I am incapable of doing it, any day I feel I cannot do it, I will give up. I have given up long time ago. But then, when there are certain things to be done, some people must sacrifice. It's not that Halifa wants to be an MP. You know, me, I'm a linguist by profession. My territory is still a virgin in this country. But I was doing it. The government was not willing to apply the very policies that they formulated themselves. And I don't want to be a hypocrite. People will be saying, we have Sidia there. And when they are not allowing me to do what is to be done. I say what is required is a fundamental change. And that I cannot do unless I join them.
Chief Bojang of the Standard newspaper, he said he is Sidia Jatta-NAM WULI. Will you one day be president of this country? That's my final question. I'm not going to ask you any other question.
You are asking me.
No, I'm not. This is the final question.
Okay. You are asking me an impossible question.
No, is that impossible? No, politics.
You say, will I ever be president of this country? Yeah. I cannot answer that because I don't make myself a president.
But people,
if ever the Gambian people think in any juncture that Sidia is the only person who can serve us better in this capacity, they come to me. And I'm able-bodied. I'm still good there. Why should I refuse it? I'm always prepared to serve my people. And I'll continue to do so until I'm not able to do anything. Even if there is nothing, no reward for it. My reward that glorifies me to do something to see that it is serving you. That is making you change for the better. That is my glorification. That is my salary, the biggest salary. Money is nothing. We make money, so money cannot enslave me. I make money, so money cannot be my enslaver. And it's not something that will make me crazy. No. That which I create is under my control.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
It's good to have you.
Well.